Oh.
Are you checking now? Let me know what you think. On a scale of 0 to 0.
Let it load. The internet connection is slow.
It's a big file, if you know what I mean.
Comma 0, comma 0, comma 0.
How's everybody doing here?
Good. Well, Rob, if you can focus for a second,
Yeah,
unless
I'm focused.
you're organizing website stuff, you should introduce the show because you haven't.
Nocturnal Noah.
You keep doing that one. How about Necronomicon Noah?
Damn.
Not having a birthday, Noah.
Okay.
Necro Butcher Noah?
Didn't get closer to death today, Darren.
Ah.
Robbed from the cradle, Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Because
Yeah.
you're the youngest.
Yes.
You're the youngest of the four of us.
Yeah. well,
You're younger than Noah?
Yeah. That was in April. I'm in September. So it works.
Changes everything I think about you.
About me?
Both of you.
Why is that, Sydney?
Now I'm going to bust Noah's balls instead
Whoa.
and be respectful to Rob.
Oh.
Sid, are you closer to me in age or the two of them?
How old are you motherfuckers?
I'm 44. They're 30.
I'm going to be 35 in September.
It's like right in the middle,
Yeah.
right?
And I'm
Yeah.
35.
I think
alright.
you're slightly closer to them.
Yeah, but like...
How old are you turning?
39.
Wow. So next year we're going to have a big party for you.
Very upsetting.
Can we rent a party bus?
No.
Can you go
well,
out
you
of your
can. I won't show up, but
No,
you can
like-
do what you want.
Can we do something where you go outside your comfort zone?
I'd
That
rather-
sounds
Yes,
exactly
have-
like something Sid would
Here's
do.
a gift for you. We're gonna make you feel shitty. Like what that.
God
why-
forbid, Sid, one day isn't about you.
Maybe she's counting on the fact that you'll have a midlife crisis when you turn 40.
I've been having a midlife crisis since I was like 17.
What's the crisis?
Just every day, just everything is a crisis.
Right. It's not technically like
Earth
specifically about
crisis.
being old or anything.
Yeah. You're saying Earth crisis?
It's an Earth, yeah.
I don't know
Every
what that
day is an
is.
Earth crisis
It's
for
a
you.
horrible, horrible hardcore
Oh,
band.
that's a band, right?
It's a Karen
Upstate
crisis.
New York.
Once you said that, I remember.
Jesus.
You didn't listen to Earth Crisis?
I listened to a song or two and realized how horrendous it was, and that was good.
Yeah.
How about just crisis?
I don't know if I ever
Karen
listened to that.
Crisis. Whatever happened to Karen Crisis?
Rob, Google it. Karen, are you listening?
I think we asked this question like a long, long, long time ago.
Really?
Like in one of our beginning episodes.
Did we have her on the show at some point?
No. Let me just do a quick search.
Who can find it faster? Noah's going right to Lamb Goat.
This is like the most free association
Oh, wow.
show on the internet.
She has a website, KarenCrisisHeals.com.
Oh no!
Damn, I wrote Cat in Crisis.
Wait,
That's
now
what
let
you
me
want.
ask a question. Is it heals like she heals people, or heals like it's a
Yes.
porn foot fetish site?
No.
Souls and holes? No.
I guess she also released an album, Karen Crisis'
Oh, wow.
Gospel of the Witches.
Oh dear
She looks
God!
great. Can we play some?
Yeah. Boy. I'm playing.
We are a metal podcast, Sid.
Rob, not through your phone, please. Oh, okay. Your phone sounds good. Trash it.
This is Art Man.
Ant-Man? I didn't see it yet. Is that any good? Oh, this is Art Man. Yeah, thanks. Get to the point. Wake me up inside. Wake me up inside.
Let's try another song.
Save me. Come in. Oh no, that's. I'm sorry. I thought that was the door.
Why are these all so slow and broody?
She's trying to heal us.
This one is called Mother.
My wife?
Mother. Mother.
Robot.
All right, so that's what Karen Crisis is.
Boy,
All right.
I'm sure glad we found that out.
We always like to check in with a little where are they now here on the Metal Injection Livecast.
I'm not caring about
We're
that
in
at all.
Brooklyn. Noah, you rolled a joint. Did that happen?
Oh yes. This puppy up.
Yeah.
No, smoke the joint. Leave the puppies alone. Come on.
Babka, where are you?
Cruel.
No.
Cruelty.
That's not nice.
Is Bobka here? See her.
She's
No.
not here. No, she's being... No.
The hell is that, Rob? Who are you calling? Your phone is still plugged into the board?
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Very good.
No.
I want to hear what Earth Crisis sounds like.
You've never heard Earth Crisis?
I don't
They
know.
just sound like.
No.
What's the iconic album? Hold on 1 second.
Just give me a song. To
Let me
play.
look up their discography. I'll give you an iconic album to pick a song from.
Give me a single.
Hold
I
on.
need to hear this.
so
What is this,
bad.
like mid-90s or so?
Yeah.
I mean, all of their songs sound.
Destroy the Machines, I think. Their first release is probably.
All right, let's hear that. Oh, you're already doing it?
Actually, you do it, Darren.
They were
Okay.
militant
Sorry.
animal rights, straight edge, vegan,
Already,
all the isms.
already hate it.
Yeah.
And not that I'm even against any of those things in particular, but
Their crowds were like if we see somebody drinking at a show, let's beat them up.
Militant straight edge.
okay. I don't like that. Not a fan.
Oh my god. I haven't smoking for. I'm gonna be coughing up a storm.
They would. I love that you guys are smoking weed while listening to Earth Crisis. That makes me happy.
Hell yeah!
And I'm eating chips with animal fat in them.
Yeah.
Take that, Earth Crisis.
I guarantee at least 3 members of this band are on meth right now. So it all comes full circle.
Well, I mean, there's no milk or cheese in it.
Ah!
Ew!
I feel like they reunited a few years ago. Actually,
All these bands do.
Yeah, and they put out a new album. I wrote it down.
They miss the old Syracuse.
I miss the old Syracuse.
Is that where they're from? They're from I know they're upstate somewhere.
That's what it says here.
Okay.
Active from 1989 until 2001, reuniting in 2007.
Best Syracuse band, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, was Snapcase.
In
I think they were
2014.
from Syracuse.
I
That
thought they
band
were
was
from
fucking
Buffalo.
awesome. Buffalo Snapcase was
All
from?
right, I'm over this, by the way. This is
Put on
Here's
some
a-
Snapcase. That's awesome. Put on Zombie Prescription. Ah,
Okay.
that's like best case scenario hardcore.
Little Snapcase on WINJ, giving you the tracks that rock.
Oh, you went over the mark.
Rob's not a professional radio DJ. What are you talking about?
It's pretty good for a while.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, this band was great. Great live.
Are they no longer around?
They have their reunion tours every few years as
Yeah,
well.
I think they just played it.
I don't think they put out new music, but they definitely get back together and play around the Northeast every few years.
Yeah, this is good. This is what I'm looking for in a hardcore.
And
sound.
like back in the mid '90s when I was all about just the punk rock, I used to like goof on this band before ever hearing them. But at the same time, WSOU, the local college radio station here, would play this all the time, and I never knew who it was. And I'm like, this song is great. And then after like a year of hearing this song and a year of making fun of Snapcase, I found out that this was Snapcase. I'm like, fuck, I guess I'm a Snapcase fan. I can't goof on those
Whoops.
people that wear their jerseys into the pit anymore. Because it's actually good.
That whole SOU thing was so weird, like struggling to get the reception in New York because it was really far away.
Well, they definitely boosted their antennas because I get them in the car.
No, lately, yeah, but
Yeah.
the technology's more there now. It's just a little shitty college radio station.
I wouldn't say it's
They are
little.
not shitty.
Yeah,
No,
they're doing.
all right.
It's quite
Compared
a
to
program.
commercial radio, yes, but compared to other college radio stations, it's like top
Right.
of the...
No,
It's like the top.
I'm talking
college
about
radio program.
like my perception of it when I was a kid,
no.
Oh,
which is like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
More.
right.
And really, for a long time, and still, it was the only place to listen to metal
Yes.
in New York, which is kind of absurd.
And
Right.
But
alternative
great.
music too. Like I guess there was WDRE or whatever, but like that was more like a mainstream college rock.
Yeah.
And they also used to have like alternative shows. Like it wasn't all straight metal. It was like all different shows would all have all different types. It was like 75% metal. I also remember that on Sunday morning they used to have gospel.
Well, because it's a
Yeah,
Catholic
they-
university.
Right. So it was like I remember forgetting it was Sunday and trying
Yeah.
to hear metal and being bummed.
Yeah, Sunday the whole day because there was world music later in the day.
Oh,
yeah,
was
they,
that?
they
Or-
still they still have that.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah,
sucks.
SOU was great.
And
You
is
can
great.
listen online too.
Do you remember when I called them and I dedicated a song to you,
I
Rob.
do.
And then I sat in my car waiting for like 45 minutes to like record them, giving my request out.
That reminds me of remember when we used to do our show on college radio and the transmitter would reach like 6 blocks away?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you could hear it online, so it was like we could be heard, but
On
not over the
community
air.
TV.
We
Yeah.
could be heard.
Like over the air, it was impossible.
We were on BCAT.
right.
Broken
Well,
We were.
I do remember. So yeah, our thing, transmitter went 6 blocks, and I remember one time we were leaving the show, and
This
we
is what I was
left-
getting to. Yeah.
Yeah, we left a best of on.
Yeah.
And we were like racing, like seeing how far we. It was like a very clear day.
Yeah.
Something was going on with the weather. I remember that boosted the signal.
we got lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got all the way to like Avenue W, which was
Yeah,
like 2 miles.
We got so far. We were like dropping everybody off, and we were like, I can't believe it's still on.
It's
This
still
is
on.
crazy.
You heard like all
Technology.
static and just Rob's voice like
Like
under.
you're in there.
Hey, Rob's still on the air.
Radio is a wonderful medium.
Was.
It
Well-
still exists.
Rest in peace.
I mean, but like we had fun in the radio station. Then when they like redid it and modernized it,
Yeah,
we
it was
all
nice.
like left.
Yeah, once they started taking it seriously, it was like,
Yeah.
all right, we're done.
Because
here.
we couldn't get in. That was really the
they changed
problem.
the fucking locks.
That's what the thing is. We would do the show on a Friday,
Yeah.
and the school closed Friday at like 5 p.m. and we would do the show at night.
Right.
So it was impossible to get into the new building after 5 p.m.
Right. We didn't really like have that all that time blocked out or something.
Yeah.
Right. There was something to it, and you just had the key, so you should go in there and just do a show.
Yeah,
like 3 years.
the old station was in another building that happened to be open 24 hours because it had its own entrance, whereas this new building was inside the campus, which was whatever. It's,
And they were Nazis about it because there was so much new equipment and shit. Like they didn't want people.
yeah,
just
they wanted yeah, exactly. They wanted there to be supervision, which I mean, I get it.
get it, but it sucked for
It
us.
sucked for us because we enjoyed the lack of
And
supervision.
also, we like it was over the air radio technically, so we were not supposed to curse ever, but we
Yeah.
just did it anyway
Yeah.
because like no one was paying attention.
I
but
think it was
once in a
because we
while,
were after hours. No.
but well, no, once in a while, whoever was in charge would call us and say like, "You just said an F-bomb. I'm listening."
oh.
And we were like, "Fuck." Remember this? Like, who? I don't know the guy's name even.
Yeah,
Those
no.
were
What
Spinelli?
happened? I do remember that I left a best of to play until the morning, and like someone was like, "Hey, there's curses all over this
Yeah.
CD you left on." I was like, "Oh yeah, oh my bad,
Go change it. I'm busy.
sorry."
Did we ever talk about how we had like smoked and drank, and then like a security guard came?
I was gonna say, I don't know if we share the story, but
It's a good
so
one.
okay. So the station when we were there, it was literally like 2 or 3 classrooms with the wall in between them knocked down. So all around were just classrooms, and there was this weird thing where the back room. So it was like a lobby area, then the studio, and then there was a back room behind the studio.
Yeah, it was like.
And
this
in the back
gigantic-
room, there was a door to
It wasn't
what
the back room, it was a lounge.
excuse me, the
Oh yeah, the lounge. And
the
then there's
loosest foot, the
People used to fuck
smelliest.
on that couch all the time.
a- Ew.
Yeah. Never me, but I've heard of
Bro.
other
Yeah,
people fucking.
I
on that
would-
I think I sat on my couch with a skirt. So
I
that's
mean-
bad. Ugh.
I remember we had an end of semester party one year. I think it maybe was before you guys.
No, I know this.
And there
I
was a
there.
pizza that we got. Do you know what I'm talking about? 'Cause,
No.
like this is
I
why I
was
think it
not
was like
surprised.
maybe the semester before you got there.
Okay,
We had like pizza, and there was like half the pie was left. And for like the next 3 weeks, it was never refrigerated. It just sat on the table in the lounge. And whenever we were there, we would just take a bite or two of whatever slice was left in
No.
there for weeks. Weeks.
Did you ever have any like agita in the
No,
bowels?
Could
totally
you-
fine.
the bacteria that must have built up in that pizza in that week.
I think at some point we started like daring each other to like throw it on the floor, throw it against the ceiling, and then take a bite. We were doing all sorts of stuff.
It's got to be still in your body somewhere.
it
Yeah.
was the best hang.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so in this lounge, there was a door to a back room, which was essentially another classroom.
Which we had no idea until we like one day somebody picked the lock
That's
Broke
right.
the
Somebody
fucking
picked the
door.
lock.
Like, oh my god, there's a whole extra set of rooms.
Yeah,
back
and
here.
so it was a door. It was another classroom, but the entrance to the classroom was like like bricked over or whatever. There was no way to get out of that back room.
Yeah, there was. There were more rooms behind it that we also
What?
picked and got through to. Yeah,
Really?
there was a whole. Yeah, you were there for this.
No, I thought there was just that one
There-
room behind the glass.
No, there was that, but then there was a whole other set of rooms and a whole other exit, so you could exit all the way down the hall.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I do remember that.
Remember I
do
fucked
remember
with
that.
Ryan that one time because he didn't know about it, and I snuck around, and he was like so confused,
Yes.
tripping on Robitussin.
Yes.
This was like the guy at the station who just like showed up and was an asshole to everybody and did drugs.
Okay, so everyone did drugs at the radio
Tell like
station.
8 stories at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. We're gonna get back
So
to that story.
excited.
But so everyone did drugs at the radio
I
station,
did.
but this guy Ryan, everyone like fucked around at the radio.
Yeah,
Let's say that
in some way.
In some way, like did something you weren't supposed to do in school.
I
But
drank Old English 40 ounces.
Oh, yeah.
That was
This
my
guy Ryan was such a recluse that all of us kind of got together and were like, he's going to ruin it for the rest of us. We
Not
have
a
to,
recluse, I don't think is the word you mean. He was reckless.
yeah.
He wasn't a recluse.
Okay. What is a recluse?
Someone who doesn't go
Keeps to
outside.
themselves.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I take it back.
He was reckless.
He was reckless.
That's what you wanted to say.
He was a reckless recluse.
Scentless apprentice.
So, like you were saying, he would regularly trip on Robitussin, I remember. But then I remember it was like freshman orientation
And he
week
did
or
a
something.
line of cornstarch off the front table.
It was
For no-
cornstarch?
Yeah, it
okay.
wasn't cocaine.
He kept
You
So
know,
saying,
he's
a
done
line
his-
of cornstarch. It's like not even. It's like
Some other kid at the radio station was like doing some kind of like video production thing, and he needed like fake blood, and I guess you could do that with like cornstarch and something.
okay.
So there was cornstarch around, and Ryan like just didn't put out a line of it and made all the freshmen think that he was doing coke off the table.
and I remember he
Cornstarch.
spooked
Idiots.
3 people who never showed up again. And it was like at that point that we were like, maybe
Yeah, you should not come here anymore.
we should, yeah. And everyone,
fucking shit show.
Like I just remember we had like an intervention. We're like, hey man, you can't come around anymore. Sorry, you're great. We love you, but
But we don't even. You're sort of an asshole.
Did he kill himself after
No,
that
he's still. He has a
conversation?
kid.
Oh, he's alive?
Yeah, I see him on the subway once every 5 years and avoid him.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if you say hello to him.
No.
So back to my original story. So there's this back room, and what we would end up doing, because it's so far into the studio and there's no windows, we would smoke weed, especially late at night, because we have this time slot late at night. So
Like 9 till 1.
there's no one else in the building basically,
Right.
because it's around us is all classrooms.
there's one security guard that we had to go by in the
Right,
first
there's just
floor.
one security guard. So what it would be is there would be one security guard at the entrance, and I would have a pass, and then I would have a few people on the list.
Right.
But you could only put so many people. So I remember
Oh,
we would sneak people in through a
staircase.
through a staircase exit.
Yeah, I was already out of college, by the way, at this point. Like, I went to college there.
Yeah.
But Rob was still going there, and he invited me to be on his show.
So essentially, we were helping people trespass
Yes.
onto the
But
campus.
the security guard's default setting was always, "Oh, please don't make me do my job.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's the thing.
Fucking give me extra shit to
Just
do.
Like,
yeah,
they would do it.
Do it
Right.
sneakily enough that I don't find out, so I don't have to go and give you shit and
That
write
is
it up.
so
Please, just
true.
leave me alone.
absolutely true. Because if they would see them in the first floor hallway, they would kick them out. But if everyone's just runs upstairs right away,
Because it wasn't like actual security people. Half the time it was like students doing like part-time jobs.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
They didn't have like guns and shit. It was just like some dude in a hat.
with that said,
Yeah.
we just finished smoking a blunt. I am wrecked. And I hear a knock on the fucking door. And suddenly I'm sober because because the anxiety hits. And I open the door. I'm like, hey. And he's like, and so the other thing is, the back room smells like weed. It
It's
does.
smoke.
Yeah. And it's just, yeah, exactly. Like we had
It's-
just smoked. There's no, that's like,
Unmarked cop car and throw you in jail.
Except it's a big wheels.
And also, the other difference is I was actually smoking this time.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and so the guy comes and I'm like, I don't remember exactly, but like I just remember I didn't want to open the door fully, and he kept like pushing the like it was the dumbest move
It's as
because
if Rob
like
was naked behind the door.
yeah, exactly.
He was like Columbo. Just one more thing I want to ask you.
But thankfully, our friend Eric was there, who we've mentioned on the show before. And Eric actually, you're right, because Eric worked with the security.
There you go.
He was part-time security. He would do like checking in and out of like the media halls or whatever,
Yeah, he
the
would
rec
have to
rooms.
go around with some clipboard and say, "This door is locked. This door is locked." And
Yeah,
check
yeah.
them all up.
And so, because the security guy recognized Eric, he was like, "Oh, Eric, is everything under control here?" I was like, "Yeah, everything's fine. Okay,
Oh,
great.
duh.
Have a great night." And then we closed the door, and I was just like, "Oh my god,
Just smoking a few blunts, and that's it.
that's it. No big deal." So,
Yeah.
Good times. I miss still New York.
area code 224. Have you ever smoked weed at your college radio station?
Not at the radio station of my college, but I have done it at my college and at my current job.
What's your current job?
I'm a cook for Buffalo Wild Wings.
Whoa.
Interesting.
How's that?
Yeah. It's a job.
Do you? I've always kind
know
of
how to
wondered
pay
this,
for
so I'm glad I have an opportunity to ask
This
you
is John from Chicago, by the way, right?
I never knew that you
Yeah.
had that job.
Yeah.
Do you have any leeway whatsoever in making the food, or do you have like a strict corporate formula that you have to go by?
It depends. Like what are you? Like, what do you mean?
Like you show up at work, or
Like-
you
like,
let's say your first day at work. There's a training